Hello, I'm Leo Robitschek, and welcome to my Sip Talk. I am the Vice President of Food and Beverage for Sydell Group, and I run all of the bar programs for Nomad. It's funny, I've loved hotel bars ever since I can remember. My first experience was sitting in a hotel that we were staying in, and they allowed me to sit up on the bar, and I thought I was like the coolest person in the world. This was our answer to what we thought was missing in the bar world at the moment, or missing in London. So a place that you can go and have fun. Like, London is full with incredible bars and also has incredible nightlife spaces, but there's not a place that you can go dance to really good music, hang out while having really well executed cocktails and technically good service and great hospitality. I'm not a person that only likes to go to pubs, and I'm not a person that only likes to go to 3 Michelin star meals. I like to do both, and sometimes in one day. So why not create a place that is the meeting ground of all of these people and all of these spaces? I can think in New York City, there was this bar program called Elitaria that had some of the most incredible industry people behind it, and they created this bar that was a tiki bar, but it was within an Italian restaurant, and people just had no clue what to expect, and it just didn't make sense. So while the restaurant was good and the bar was good, together it didn't fit. It's about knowing your guest, defining who you are, knowing your limitations, and being able to execute what you do in an amazing way consistently every single time while providing great hospitality. All of our trainings, we always teach people why we do things and not only how we do things. So we teach you the technical, but we also teach you why we do those technical things. Because we learned that when we made all these rules to provide good hospitality, when everything was so black and white, sometimes that good hospitality, or these rules that we did, actually impeded hospitality, because what we do is not black and white. What we do is we live in a world of gray. A good example is we used to tell our team that there was no parties larger than 6 in one of our spaces, and that space was small. If you push tables together, it would take up a majority of the room. And when we make these rules, it's to provide the best hospitality for the largest amount of people. Well, we had one instance where it was a snowy day in New York City. There was like nobody out in the streets, and this tent top came in, and it was an hour before we closed, and they got turned away. And I thankfully was outside sort of shoveling the snow away, and I saw them go out, and I was like, oh, what happened? And they told me, and I was like, I'm so sorry. You know, technically that is a rule, but of course we could have you come in. And I went and sat them, and they had an incredible time. They actually ended up becoming some of our biggest regulars. But that taught me that, well, a few things, that I wasn't training our team in the right way. It wasn't that our maitre d' or our host did not want to seat these people, it's that this is the rules that they were given. But once we explained, hey, it's 45 minutes to closing, these are the reasons we make that rule, so use your best judgment, and once we empowered them to use their best judgment, we saw significant change, and we saw hospitality just get significantly better. We got our first review at 11 Madison Park. It was probably 2008. And it wasn't a big publication, it was the New York Observer, and it got probably a better review than what we deserved. But they said it was a good restaurant, it was just missing a little Miles Davis. And you know, like anyone, we're like, what does that mean? Miles Davis, we know who he is, but I don't know what that means. So we went to that Google machine and we typed in Miles Davis, and we started doing research, and we realized that in order to create a brand, in order to create a culture, you needed a vocabulary. So we started pulling 11 words that really made us think about our brand at that time, and 11 words that we wanted to emulate, or that were sort of like glasses that we would put on, that were a lens that we would filter all of our decisions through. And from that we started creating a culture. The words are loose, alive, fun, whimsical, intentional, evolving, satisfaction, timeless, equitable, and authentic. Did I say intentional?
Yes. That's intentional.
Those are our words. You know, America has very technically good service, and it has a lot of hospitality. And it depends where you are in America. I shouldn't say America. New York and LA are so different. You know, when training in New York, it was one thing, and then when training in LA, we realized that we had a, you know, we always used to teach people not to be super formal and like to sort of lose that formality. In LA, it was the opposite. We had to tell people to be a little bit more formal. And then here, it was even more so. We're like, hey, lose these words, lose this formality. But I think there's a lot of things I'll take from London, and I think part of that is a humility and and sort of a cheekiness that I really enjoy, that hopefully I could get better at the cheeky part one day. With this accent, it sometimes comes off as, condescending. No, not condescending, as self-deprecating. I don't know. But maybe I'll learn from you guys one day.
Good. Very good.